I would say that my general opinion is positive. I think that AI or machine learning, they are two different things, but what they can do is amplify the human behavior. And if it's used in a way, in a responsible way, to maybe remove some of the assignments in a job situation that is either monotone or directly harmful to people, I think is really positive. I think that it should be carefully used when it comes to, for example, artworks and everything that has to do with ownership, which is it's a discussion among pattern designers and illustrators at the moment, that there is infringement from AI. But in general, I'm positive. I think it's a force to be reckoned with, and I think it can be used for just powerful, not just necessarily for speeding things up, but also making progress possible in some extent. It's a tool that could be used to deal with a lot of the coming legislation in the EU in terms of textiles and textile waste mainly, where AI could be used as a force to actually process all these garments and textiles that are today treated as waste, but should be looked upon as raw material. But today we see it as waste, and in the future, not that long, it's not that far ahead of us, maybe 2 or 3 years, the EU legislation will force us to look at this not as waste but as raw material. And in that kind of perspective, when it comes to really like fuel sustainability, I think AI is a very useful tool. Clothes are still made by people. A lot of people that don't know or have very little insight into the fashion industry think that clothes are made by machines, because a lot of other products are made by machines. But clothes are still made by a human being stationed at a sewing machine. And that is also the case when it comes to taking care of what is considered as waste today, which will not be able to be waste. There will be legislation in place that will force us to use what we already have. And today, those kind of sorting of used garments and used textiles, that's all made manually. That's people touching, feeling, looking. There is a lot of development into trying to automate sorting with near-infrared technology and all kinds of camera equipment. But it also, at some point, there is a human hand involved. And one of the projects that I've been working on has been about teaching an AI to identify defects in garments in order for the sorting to be sped up, and also for sorting to actually be able to pick out what can be used as is and what can be used as a raw material, maybe deconstructed or cut into pieces and stitched together into something else. So when it comes to AI and automation in general, it's not replacing human labor, it's taking away the monotonous and dangerous work that actually is not very good for the human body, that actually damages our bodies. There's this saying that 80% of the environmental impact of a garment happens at the design stage. It's the choice of materials, the choice of trimmings, it's the choice of a model. Is it a model that will last for a long time? Or is it like a fast fashion or a trendy garment that won't last that long? So there's a lot that can be done already before the product exists. And AI can have, and technology in general can have a tremendous impact there, because if we start to look at the fashion system or the fashion industry as a loop or as a closed system, that would mean that if we have technology in the sorting stage, which is like the end stage of the garment, if we learn things, which we will, about that garment, it's been worn here, or it's broken here, or the zip has been lost, or this button has been lost, or that kind of data is invaluable to the companies, because that could then be fed back to them, to their design departments or their product development, in order to make even better products that can live an even better or longer life with the consumer, or be recirculated within the consumer market. So it's definitely, AI is definitely something that can be used for good. I don't think there's a way of telling exactly what's going to happen, but if I were to guess, or make a guesstimation maybe, my guess would be that or my hope is also that it will be used in order to accelerate sustainable practices in the industry, because fashion is not sustainable today, but it still has so many positive impacts on us as humans. Like this, it's a way of expressing who we are, or expressing that we're part of a group, or whatever we need. That's very like to the core of the human being. So I think, and I hope, that it will be used to actually propel everything that has to do with sustainability, and also the increase of remake or redesign as a design practice, and also a business model that's actually profitable.